and I'm a Tough Situation, a new podcast and reality channel where we look into the good and the bad sides of life, teach from example, and sometimes that best example is observation. Whilst everyone's distracted with the state of the world, I dive into the root causes of how much of society's decay and self-destruction's at a peak through the reality's eyes, placing ourselves in the shoes of others. Welcome to episode 1, and this episode is dedicated to Light and Dark. It's a channel out of London that is an independent journalist. He covers homelessness, drug abuse and rough living conditions around the London area. Check out his channel. He has a lot of interesting content with a lot of interesting life stories of how people ended up in those situations. My interest in this subject is fueled by the changing societies and environments that others have to cope with. Often people may have to deal with other people's problems. Those people's problems may not be other people's problems who are having to deal with the reality of that other person. Therefore, it's a good idea to shed light on the root causes, and the difference is breaking down the barriers and stigma of how society is seeing things. This episode is a story about Sky Aura, and we came across Sky Aura whilst on a visit to London. Linked up with a channel called Light and Dark, and we collaborated on some content. We came across Sky Aura, who's an individual who suffers with substance and drug abuse, an openly self-destructive lifestyle, and he talks us through his journey with drugs and how it impacts his life, his options, his well-being, and most importantly, how it's affecting his mental health. This can be demonstrated with how this is recorded. It is evidence that drugs have made him lose even the most basic conversation. He sheds light on his journeys and his difficulties with his mentality and routine.
Okay,
Morning.
good morning. This is something some guy proposed me to smoke 10 years ago, 12 years ago. I didn't like it, and he said take it. I took it, and I didn't like the feeling. So, but back then it was, I had no choice. I was under pressure. It made me, okay, I did it because I wanted to do it. I've got no remorse. I'm free. But I'm, the French part of me. But that's not the point. When you have the when you have the weight on your shoulder, you just want to escape. But I control it now. But I wish it to nobody. Seriously. I mean, look at my face. The good side of it is that I look a bit harder. Before I was just too pretty looking type of something else. But it's cool. I just don't want to see him again. But yeah, I mean, I have to say something. I want to live a long life, and I don't want to have anything on my hands. For 1, 2, 3 billions, 4, doesn't matter. Because God gives. God gives. He gave you, He gave me, and He gave you. But let's stop crying. I mean, fuck the world. We're gonna take over. First of all, we're gonna take over the White House. Believe me, I tried. I was in a jet, in a plane, and I went through all the lines, and then I deactivated the system of the place, and I let it go. Bottom line is, I rather think than act, because there's 7 billion people on Earth. I'm on my own, and pressure would only come to my my loved one. And if you have to choose between your life and somebody else's, you choose yours. Ask my dad, my mom, my sister, and my brother. So, I'm sorry, Dad, but I'm gonna listen to
What's your name, by the way?
I'm gonna listen to him if he listens to me. I'm Sky Aura.
You are?
Sky Aura?
Sky Aura.
Aura. Aura.
Sky Aura.
Yeah, Aura. My friend.
So you're French?
Yeah.
Yes?
I was Louis the 16th.
Okay.
The 14th or the 14th or the 16th, I'm not sure.
Okay.
In this 1600. Oh yeah. Wait one second. Don't cry, bro. I still have my face. Oh yeah, doesn't need to know that I'm smoking. I wanted to save the Queen.
You went to come and save the Queen?
Save the Queen, yeah. I went to I was having a hard time with the French, and I went to a pub and I saw a knight, and he told me, and I said, what about the Queen? And he said, the Queen, she's a bitch, you know, a whore. And I said, a whore? Okay. I took the train and I came here. And while I was starving, a guy said, great, fucking king in the street, fucking prince in the street. And the judge told me there's a good and a bad news. The good news is you don't go to jail. The bad news is you have to go through the mental health system. But let's not cry over this. It's all gone. Now it's just another house to crash in if I don't want to chill in Westminster.
And what support did the health system give you? The mental health system, did they help you out? Or?
They helped me out, yes.
They helped you out a lot, so they were good?
No, they weren't. It's just, I mean, picture this. I was a handicap, and I'm a god. you should be a god too. So be it.
When you say handicap, in what way?
Don't cry, please. It's just I'm a bit shy with angels. Just get out of my body. You know, the only time I got out of my body was when I was dead. I was in Paris, in the train, and I died, and my spirit went up. You know, and I look at myself like this. I don't want to leave yet because I have a lot of people I love here. Imagine in 1,000 years when I don't love anybody. Then it'll be different. Oh yeah, I live for 1,000 years. Basically, I can explain. I went to Paris. I came from a one second. My dad, yeah, he knows.
He knows?
Yeah, I smoke in his face, man.
You do?
Yeah.
And how does he feel about it?
He was on the other side of the planet, of the continent. He was in Senegal. I was on the phone. I smoked in his face.
He must have been upset.
He almost cried, but not really. He knows it doesn't matter. He's a wife beater. So we can only be so close because I repeated the same thing as he did, and I beat my wife on the shoulder for an affair that never exists. Okay, she's a cheat, and I wanted to escape the circumstances. So I got out. Thanks to this matter, but yeah, that's my dad. He's nice. He lives in Africa. Imagine what they would do to you. They would probably burn you alive or something. They tried to kill him. I saw it. A group. He got a scar just right here. They ate two Chinese people. In Congo or something. I'm not sure. They think we animals. You English, right? Of course you English.
So when you were sectioned, was that before or after you started taking the drug?
You know the French, when I was growing up.
You know they put you in a mental hospital, they said, instead of going to prison,
yeah, it doesn't matter.
Was that before or after the drug?
I met this guy in mental hospital. And the Americans send him here, send him there, so I can have a record deal. Because I tried before and the guy is a drunk, you know. But we had problems of personality. It didn't happen. He was a nice guy though. Life is easy.
It's the easiest part of life.
You don't feel of anything else. You just go with the flow. Thank you. If there's a sex pervert around, you become a sex pervert. If there's a kid around, you become a kid. If there's a car around, you become a car. Helps me get in touch, otherwise I'll be disconnected.
Yeah.
I'll be immortal.
Yeah.
So it helps me be human. It depends. If I don't do anything, then no. But if I work, yes. If I'm around friends, yes. Guys, I'm an actor.
Yeah.
It means if people are gross, I become gross.
Yeah.
If I'm thinking of something else, I become something else.
Yeah.
But it's just that I lost friends along the way, you know?
Yeah.
I don't want to get attached.
Yeah.